Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom. On today's show, DuaneToews catches up with Cassie Kniebel to talk about the first year with the Cattle Trace program. Next up, Greg Akagi brings us the Kansas soybean update. Then Kyle Bauer talks with Marcus Bartlett with FMC. They talk about a new application technology that uses less chemical and is more accurate than traditional spraying. Learn what's going on around the state with the Kansas Farm Bureau update. And to wrap up, it's Plain Talk with Kyle and Duane. It's all coming up on Farm Factor. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agamandkansas.com.
Kansas Farm Bureau has served farm families and rural Kansas for more than 100 years, and we're pleased to offer new healthcare coverage choices for Kansans in 2020 through Kansas Farm Bureau health plans. No matter what stage of life you're in, we'll have options that fit your lifestyle. Plus, our network of providers is one of the largest available throughout the state of Kansas and beyond. For more information, including the different plans available, or to get a quote, visit kfbhealthplans.com.
Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on three main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people, just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome to Farm Factor. Let's find out what's happened in the first year of Cattle Trace with Cassie Kniebel.
DuaneToews joining you once again on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with Cassie Kniebel with Cattle Trace. Cassie, a full year now into the program that had some interesting beginnings in drawing people together within the cattle industry to address an issue. Tell us a little about what you've accomplished so far and some of what you've seen in that first year of operation.
Yes, so this past year we've had really the opportunity to expand our infrastructure. So by infrastructure, I mean the tags and the readers. And really we've moved past the Kansas border. So when we're in about 7 different states now where we have different readers and tags distributed. We have a goal of 55,000 head or tags. We've distributed about 45,000 of those tags now, and actually we're able to kind of move some funds around, and now we can get to 90,000 tags. So we're excited about that. We have readers in 11 livestock markets in 4 different states, 16 feed yards in 3 different states, and then the 3 major packers in Kansas. So made a lot of progress and ready for this next year.
So backing up just a little bit, for those that maybe don't know what the Cattle Trace program is about, ultimately what it is a disease traceability program to assist in, heaven forbid, that there was an outbreak of some sort, that we can quickly and efficiently identify cattle and where the problems may be. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. So simply put, we're a producer-driven initiative for an animal disease traceability system and developing that, something that works for the industry and in the industry. So that's where we spent the last year and then this next year of the pilot project.
So you've had the opportunity, you referenced that you've got readers out, that's utilizing ultra-high frequency tags, different than a prior system that had some flaws with speed of commerce.
Yeah, so we have 3 guiding principles really for our system. One is speed of commerce, as you mentioned, and we're using ultra-high frequency technology, which allows cattle to move through an alleyway system, for example, and be read as they go through, versus low frequency, which have to move through individually, and you have to be fairly close to the ear to read those tags. These readers in an alleyway type of system can read up to 30 feet away, so it allows us to maintain that speed of commerce.
talking about data, privacy, all those kinds of issues. The board of directors have addressed that as well.
Yes, so it's a year ago, actually, this month, in August of 2018, we established Cattle Trace, Inc. as a private nonprofit, and that's really allowed us to address those data privacy issues or concerns from producers. So we have a producer board. They represent the cow-calf kind of seed stock area, the feed yards, and then the livestock markets. And so those 5 members are really making the decisions of how the database will be used moving forward and who and when it can be accessed.
So talking about moving forward, obviously you've had a chance to see the tags work on the ground from livestock markets to feed yards. What's next for Cattle Trace in the year ahead?
So this next year, we're really shifting our efforts to our second objective, which is to evaluate the infrastructure. So we're actually shifting gears into mock traces. We're starting that process right now, and we'll be able to share more details about that here at the end of the year and kind of through this next spring. We have another year of the pilot. It ends in June of 2020. Beyond that, we're kind of working through what does Cattle Trace look like beyond, grant funding. And so we're excited to see where that goes, and we'll be sharing more as we have more results.
Obviously, the opportunity to work with forward-thinking producers has been a big key in this.
Yes, that's probably my favorite part of my job, is working with producers up and down the supply chain, the production chain. We've had great partners this past year and are getting more kind of every month, which I'm excited about, especially as we expand outside of Kansas, but really would not be where we are today without their help and their feedback and really their support along this past year.
And Cassie, if somebody is interested in learning more about the program, is there an easy place for them to get that info?
Yes, so if you want to learn more about Cattle Trace, we send out a monthly newsletter. You can sign up for that at cattletrace.org. There's also information if you want to be a partner in whatever production level you're a part of, feel free to reach out. Our contact information is on the website.
Stay tuned for this week's Kansas Soybean Update, coming up next here on Farm Factor.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about employee safety and work comp coverage. On your farm, do you ask your friends to come help? Are they considered employees or neighbors helping neighbors? Did you know that you can be held responsible just as if it's a work comp accident? Give me a call, we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
About 6 jumps later, I was laying on the ground and thinking, boy, my shoulder sure hurt. I kept waiting and it didn't get better and didn't get better. I'd heard about Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center on the radio. Got down there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 the procedure was all over, and it just kept getting better and better. And within 6 weeks I was back digging post holes and doing the other hard work that I'd been doing before the accident. And I'm really pleased. It's really worked out well for me.
This segment brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Peter Opelt, economist with the Kansas Department of Agriculture, joins us. And Peter, the Grain Commission elections will soon be upon us. So what is KDA's role in the Grain Commission elections?
Yeah, that's right. So KDA oversees all phases of the elections process for the commodity commissions, all for wheat, grain sorghum, soybeans, and sunflowers and corn. And so we oversee and administer the elections process for all of the commissions as directed per the legislative statute that establishes the commissions.
For the districts this year, which of those districts will be up for this election cycle?
This year will be districts 4, 5, and 6, which are the central 3 districts, with Phillips County in the northwest, Comanche County in the southwest, Washington in the northeast, and Sumner in the southeast. So those are the 4 that kind of perimeter the region that'll be in those elections.
So if producers are interested in becoming a candidate, say for one of those Kansas Soybean Commission elections, can they still do that?
Yes, the deadline for filing is November 30th. Any candidate will have to collect 20 signatures from eligible growers with no more than 5 signatures from one single county.
And Peter, who is eligible to vote in these commission elections?
Sure, an eligible voter is any legal resident of Kansas who is been actively engaged in growing corn, grain sorghum, soybeans, wheat, or sunflowers in the last 3 years, is of legal voting age, and resides in the district for which they wish to vote.
So what are the best places to find all this information?
For more information, you can contact the Kansas corn, grain sorghum, soybean, sunflower, or wheat commissions. And we also have all of the information on the Kansas Department of Agriculture website that includes the brochure, petition forms, and a checklist for everything that a potential candidate will need. And that website is agriculture.ks.gov/KDA-services/Kansas-commodity-commissions.
All right, Peter, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
That is Peter Opelt, who is an economist with the Kansas Department of Agriculture, and he joins us on the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Coming up here on Farm Factor, Kyle Bauer talks with Marcus Bartlett about new foam application technology.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for the grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, we'll be glad to answer it and work with you.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss. 316-945-6733.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
You don't have to be a farmer or rancher to become a Kansas Farm Bureau member. Anyone can join. As a member, you'll get discounts on things like hotels and entertainment, health and wellness services, cell phone plans, and more. You'll also strengthen the lives of your fellow Kansans and help build strong, prosperous communities through agriculture advocacy and education. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/join to learn more.
This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Kyle is with Marcus Bartlett from FMC, talking about a new application technology.
Kyle Bauer with KFRM, and I'm visiting with Marcus Bartlett, and he's with FMC. I can say FMC. Okay, it looked like to me you're making shaving cream back there. That's what I thought, but it's not that.
No, it's not. The Thrive 3D application system is a revolutionary at-plant insecticide system that allows growers to cover up to 480 acres in a single fill. And what we do is putting down 32 ounces of water and 8 ounces of chemistry per acre. The solution has a 50x expansion ratio, giving you the equivalent of 15 gallons of coverage in furrow.
Yeah, it sounds like an engineer talking. Okay, so you're taking the water, adding it to the insecticide, making a foam.
Yes, so the insecticide is a highly foaming formulation. We're mixing it with air, injecting air into it, and just blowing bubbles.
And that allows you to cover more acres with less fluid.
Correct.
But the insecticide was really, or it's a fungicide. It's insecticide or fungicide?
So we have two products. One is Capture 3D, which is just an insecticide, and then we have Ethos 3D, which is an insecticide plus a biological fungicide.
When you talk about biological fungicide, what does that mean?
So it's a living organism. I mean, it's a microbe. I guess I think of it as you're using a microbe or a synthetic compound to do the work of a fungicide, and this is just a microbe.
I had never seen this technology before. How long has it existed?
So we just finished up our 5th commercial season with the Thrive 3D applicator.
And the whole concept is just being able to get over more acres without stopping.
That is exactly correct.
But protecting that seed in furrow appears to be the direction the industry needs to go.
Yes. We by using the Thrive system, we feel that we get better coverage of your seed treatment. Seed is your most expensive input out there, and we want to make sure that every kernel is protected that we put in the ground.
So as a operator then, do I mix it with the water, or how does that work?
Nope, there is a 130-gallon water tank and a 30-gallon product tank. Those two, your water and chemistry never mix until it's ready to be used. So if you have a rain delay or anything stops you from going to the field, you don't have products sitting there mixed, don't have to re-agitate or anything like that.
And do I have to get the ratios right, or does the machine do it for me?
You just type it into the monitor, and it does it all for you.
How do I get this incorporated into my planter? Do I buy it with my planter?
No, you would visit your local FMC retailer, and they'd be able to get you set up with that.
Is that something that I would do probably ahead of planting season?
Yes. Of course, the earlier the better. But if you want to qualify for, we have a free install program going on now until October 31st. So any commitments before October 31st, 2019, we would receive a free professional install from FMC.
This is Kyle Bauer reporting from Rossville, Kansas. I'm visiting with Marcus Bartlett, and he's with FMC.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, cleaner American fuel. Message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Do you need to replace a bed in your home? Now is the time. The Mattress Fundraiser is a way for you to save money on a new bed while supporting local school programs. What is a Mattress Fundraiser? A one-day event hosted by a school near you where you'll walk into a showroom just like you'd find in a retail store, only it's in a school. With over 20 beds on display for you to try in a relaxed, friendly, and no-pressure setting, you're sure to find the right bed for you. And once you do, we'll order it in whatever size you want, including custom sizes. We offer name brands like Simmons Beauty Rest. Your new bed will be manufactured to order, brand new, and have a non-prorated factory warranty. Take your new mattress to the next level with our premium pillows, sheets, mattress protectors, and bed frames. For the ultimate sleep experience, we offer adjustable power bases to give you the best the bedding industry has to offer at great savings compared to retail stores. Every purchase benefits your local high school programs. Our unique business model with minimal overhead allows us to offer low prices and raise great sums of money for the groups we work with. We accept all forms of payment, even layaway. Delivery options are available. Sleep better, knowing you made a difference.
Shop for your next mattress Saturday, October 19th. Save money and support the Topeka High School Band.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Farm Bureau update.
I have a row crop farm in north central Kansas in Jewell County, and I moved back in 2006 after 8 years as a computer programmer when my dad was ready to retire, and When I got there, I was asked to be on the board and shortly asked to be the president of the board. I'll be honest, when I was first asked, I wasn't really aware of what Farm Bureau was, but the more I was there, the more I got involved in the process of how they develop and bring about policy in the state and national. My political affiliation used to be if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But that's not the way a lot of people see politics. They think they want to change the way you do business and the way you live your life. And it's the resolutions process is a mechanism for someone to have impact on state and national policy and laws. So one person has a hard time changing those things on their own, and it seems like Farm Bureau is a way that you can have an impact. It's really been interesting to see the differences across the state. We all deal with some of the same issues, but a lot of them are very different. And it's sometimes I think of Kansas as a pretty small area, but there's a pretty wide range of ag that happens in the state, and it's really eye-opening to see, what challenges people in different parts face, even though you're maybe 200 miles apart.
Stay with us. We'll be back after the break with Plain Talk.
What if sustainability were synonymous with U.S. soy? If energy efficiency, water quality, and soil health help define U.S. soy's value, that future is here, the time is now. To meet end-user demands, the Soybean Checkoff is committing to sustainability that's achievable, worthwhile, and enduring. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
You don't have to be a farmer or rancher to become a Kansas Farm Bureau member. Anyone can join. As a member, you'll get discounts on things like hotels and entertainment, health and wellness services, cell phone plans, and more. You'll also strengthen the lives of your fellow Kansans and help build strong, prosperous communities through agriculture advocacy and education. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/join to learn more.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Let us help feed your family.
Welcome back. Now let's see what Kyle and Duane are discussing today on Plain Talk.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with the guy that always says mirrors don't lie, but luckily they don't laugh, DuaneToews.
The older I get, the more wisdom there is in that statement. Recently at a uphill challenge, I was at an event and it was down in the valley. Only the car was parked up on the hill.
Well, that was bad planning.
Yeah, going in, it didn't seem like such a big deal at all.
You just roll right down that hill.
Middle of the afternoon, walking back out, it was much more of a factor with my weight and or out of conditionness.
Two things. Number one, you're never going to that event again. Or number two, you're never going to get talked into parking at the top of the hill.
I got to get this media thing figured out.
Yeah, it's like if you can't talk your way into a good parking place,
there wasn't
you
even
probably shouldn't even be.
There wasn't even a guy there with a gun or anything holding me up. I really
somebody
don't.
with a suggested flashlight or something.
No, there was nobody guarding the drive.
And you chose to park there.
Voluntarily chose to park up there.
Everybody that is, number one, disappointed in Duane.
It was just like I was a sheep. I followed the rest. The guy in front of me pulled in and parked. I pulled in and parked right beside him.
But just think, if you'd have pulled down, would everyone else have followed you?
The guy behind me might have followed.
Yeah, and then you'd have led a riot, and everybody'd have been mad, and so... And it appears you survived.
I did.
Yeah.
Your fact or fiction question of the day, Kyle Bauer. The Continental Divide runs from Alaska to northwestern South America. Fact or fiction?
Northwestern South America.
Correct.
Continental Divide.
Continental Divide.
That would mean it's a divide that divides a continent. Well, I've always thought it's like, okay, the water runs to the East Coast or the West Coast. I always thought that was the definition of a continental divide.
There's the Gulf.
And you said, what's on the north? You said Alaska?
Alaska.
Well, you know what? as I think about it, if you said all of South America, I wouldn't be sure, but clear to the northwest corner, it only has to go in there like 4 feet, and I win.
4 feet.
So I'll go with true.
Well, it says it's true, but I'm not sure whether I should cry foul or not.
Why?
Well, there's that Panama Canal. See,
the Panama Canal does the same thing because they raise the ships up like 100 and some feet, don't they?
I know, but now there's water that can pass from one ocean to the other.
No, it can't. It does not pass.
It doesn't pass through?
No, there's a lake at the top.
Oh.
And they have to catch enough water from the rainfall at that lake to run that canal. If that lake goes dry,
there's no more
canal's
business.
Done.
Really?
Yes.
Well, good thing we sold it back to them for $1.
Before they figured that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, before long. Actually, I think they built a second lake somewhere in the more recent future, might have been 20 years ago, because there was that worry about, if that lake goes dry, you're just out of luck. They did
It's
an
hard
update.
to collect fees if boats can't go through.
Yeah, people aren't all that willing to pay at that point. So let's see. I've got something that's kind of interesting too. Is that we've heard a lot about greenhouse gases, and if we would all stop eating meat, it would cut greenhouse gases way, way, way down, right?
Well, that's what we've been led to believe by mass media.
Right. And this source is Johns Hopkins University.
Seems like a reputable outfit.
Well, it doesn't seem like they would be leaning one way or the other. And so they said that Meatless Monday, so that means just not eating meat on one day a week, saves 156 pounds per year of greenhouse gas. And it's like, well, I don't know how
in
many
the
pounds.
U.S.?
It's like
156 pounds?
Right.
That's
per
all?
Year. Well, that's pretty much what it adds up to. By the way, that would equate to each of us driving a half a mile less a day. If we drove 1/2 mile less a day, it would equal the same amount of greenhouse gas
savings
as by eating 1/7 as much meat as we do in a year.
Really
half a mile.
Doesn't sound terribly logical to me.
Well, it doesn't sound like very productive, that's for sure.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Kim Mannering with Hardy Insurance. Today we will talk about umbrella coverage. Did you know that if you're held liable in any type of accident, the judgment can claim your assets? Please give me a call so we can discuss 316-945-6733.